Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, friends, Romans, and countrymen, people in the East and people in the West, welcome to the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. This is the Thursday night Throwdown. It's a special show tonight. I'm going to start a little different than I normally do because I normally don't recognize it until something happens. But today it's going to happen like this. Because at work, I know tomorrow morning, there's going to be somebody eating some day-old donuts. It's going to be somebody digging into the donut holes that are left over. And when they gather, they're going to talk. And it's going to be the new guy that doesn't really talk to nobody. He's going to be standing there, and he's going to be next to the lady that always mentions the show. And then they're going to be like, what you talking about? And then he's going to say, she's going to say, you know what? It's the Thursday night Throwdown. Yeah. And with that being said, welcome to the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. We are the Sideline Junkies. That is the correspondent. That is the big guy, KG. I am the Midnight Rider, if you can't read the sign behind me. With that being said, we're going to run you through the correspondence picks. We're going to preview this game tonight, and then we're going to have some odds and ends at the end of it and try to get you out so you have time to put your feet up, go get your DoorDash, and enjoy your food. With that being said, KG, take it away.
Welcome. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this thing. First and foremost, how you gentlemen feeling?
Good, man. Good.
Feeling good. Feel like it's Christmas Eve in a way. This is like the appetizer, and then Sunday morning is going to be here really, really quick, and that's Christmas morning. I mean,
most definitely.
Nothing like NFL football season.
And then, what's going to be better than that? That nap in between, especially if the 4 o'clock games ain't good, that nap that you get right there at 4 to about 4 to 6, right after you ate everything, that's going to be special on Sunday. I'm going to let you know that now.
Yeah, most definitely. Great timing.
I try to skip that one as much as if I can. But that normally, if I skip that one, then I'm missing the second half of the night game. I'll be up at 1 o'clock watching Quick Pitch and Sports Center. So I'm telling you now, that's why you get those messages. Because I must have fell asleep earlier. Now I can't go back to sleep. 3 o'clock, you get the text, you get the message in your messenger. I done found something. It's all gonna be craziness.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no hate there. All right, we're gonna start this thing off right. We gotta say arrivederci to Amari Cooper, who decided to hang him up today. Last season he played with the Bills. Of course, he had his stint with the Cowboys from 18 to 21, Cleveland Browns 22 to 24. He broke in with the Raiders 2015 to 2018, and then he was on off-season practice squad, all that jazz with the Raiders this year. 5-time Pro Bowler, all rookie team. In college, he won a national championship at Alabama in 2012. Biletnikoff Award in 14, Paul Wilfield Trophy in 14, unanimous All-American in 14, SEC Offensive Player of the Year in 14, first team All-SEC, 711 catches, 10,033 yards for 64 touchdowns. I'll throw it to you first, Keith. Amari Cooper, what you think?
Who's Keith?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, to the correspondent. I am sorry. The correspondent, Amari Cooper.
No, I mean, look, Cooper was a straight cheat code. He's one of the, Julio Jones is another one, another Alabama kid. But I mean, he could beat you in so many different ways. He could take a screen 80. He could beat you over the top. He was tough over the middle. He was big and fast. Really had a great career. I know he tore up my skins plenty of times. Even when he was in Cleveland, had a night song with us. So yeah. Great career, Amari Cooper. Great player, and sorry to see him go.
Wow, that's crazy. I think I don't speak Italian. Is this is the correct translation for this? Bye, Felicia. Is that what it is?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's goodbye.
All right, cool. But no, Amari Cooper. I think I've had arguments about him when he was coming out. I liked him, but I always thought there was something like it just wasn't quite right. But he proved me wrong. Had a long career, but I knew towards the end. I know KG asked me several times, should we pick him up? And I'm like, no. So, but I think last year in Buffalo, you could tell he was out. Like he just didn't look the same. He didn't have the same burst. Like he was going through the motions. Kind of Marshawn Lynching it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here so I don't get fined type of thing. So that's what I got on that.
I'll say this. I felt that at one point in time when he was with the Cowboys, there was nobody else in the league that ran better routes. His routes were crisp. They were always on time. He was a asset. And when Dallas let him go, I said Dallas receiving core will never be the same because you need that guy that's your precision route runner, your possession catch guy. And he was it. He's only 31. 31, and he hanging them up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and ask the question: is he a Hall of Famer? Don't have to be first ballot, Hall of Famer. Period.
No, I don't think so.
Some will argue. I'm not some, but some will argue.
When you find some,
yeah,
you tell them I no longer talk sports with you, and just walk away.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on the fringe of the fringe, I think.
Right.
He's pretty. I mean, he had a good career. You know, he went up to Buffalo, and you got to love football to be up there in Buffalo. I think. You know what I mean? It's just it's a little bit different way of life up there off the field. You know what I mean? So that probably took a lot out of his sales. Midnight Rider, you mentioned it, seemed to lose his heart. You know, his interest in the game while he was up there. So I tell you what, he was traded a lot, right? I mean.
I thought his last year, and I think at that time he was in Oakland. I thought his last year there, he kind of showed traits of not wanting to be there, not being interested. I think he got a resurgence when he got traded. And then again, towards the end, looked disinterested.
Yeah.
Oakland to Dallas, Dallas to Cleveland, Cleveland to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice player, not a Hall of Famer.
Gotcha. Anthony checking in. He said Amari Cooper to me had a very high peak, but the injuries caught up with him. He couldn't stay healthy.
It's part of it. He never had a whole season. Didn't seem like.
Right. I was able to see this kid throughout high school and college. The kid was a beast in high school. He has the most receiving yards in the state of Florida. And I'm a big Cooper fan since he was in high school. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's a good receiver. I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. Anthony asked the question. I'm going to answer real quick. He said, KG, how do you feel? Do you feel it was a mistake for the NFL to go to Amazon Prime instead of staying on NFL Network, or do you think it was inevitable? That crime is going to dominate sports. I think it was dumb because I don't like the broadcast of Amazon Prime, but I don't like having to buy streaming services to watch a free game. So it's just me and shaking my fist at the clouds as an old man. That's all it is, and I'll keep it at that.
Yeah, dollar bills, y'all. I mean, that's just, unfortunately. That's what it's all about. It drives up the salary cap, which drives more interest in the game. Obviously, the players are getting paid more money as they should. They're the ones on the field. You know, they're the product. But yeah, Netflix, Amazon Prime. I mean, yeah, you need to spend $100 a month just in services to bolt on services. You know what I mean? To just to play along here, even if you have to have Red Zone or something like that. I mean, it's a lot. So I understand the question. It's a good one.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's another thing we might have to put towards the end. I'll wrap it up with that. But this question is real simple to me. They had to do it. They got to chase everything before it happens, not afterwards. Because right now baseball is chasing its tail, trying to get back into the right spaces so they can do everything. They waited too long. I think the NFL just says, hey, let's take a chance. And some of this is that Jerry Jones effect. I think Jerry Jones is the person that drove them as pioneers early on. And now you're seeing the fruits of some of that labor. You know, you see teams now that has Pepsi as the soft drink of the league, but the team sponsor is Coke. That's it. So I like it. Unlike KG.
Why do y'all want to fight me tooth and nail tonight? I got BJ on one side, you on the other side. You just want to fight me tooth and nail. I'm not doing this with you tonight.
I know you ain't. Y'all two ain't talking because I got you on this end. And I check WhatsApp. I got BJ on the other side.
All angry.
I felt like Miles Lane.
Hey, it's just the creative juices, baby.
I know.
Now, we did our NFL preview, broke it down by division. We did AFC Sunday, NFC on Tuesday. The correspondent's coming in with his division winners and his wild card teams. So I'm going to get out the way and throw it over to him.
Look, guys, I listened to those other shows, and I sat on the sidelines and sat on my hands. Now it's kind of my turn to give my take on my predictions for the NFL this season. We'll start in the East. Obviously, the quintessential team there is the Buffalo Bills. They've got the best quarterback in the division. Really, the question, the question about the Bills is not are they going to make the playoffs. It's can they get over the hump and get themselves to a Super Bowl. So I've got the Bills in the East. In the AFC North, it's the Ravens. Probably the second or third best roster in football, the longest tenured coaching staff in football. I think they're an easy pick there, and I'm not the only one that has that pick for sure. In the South, this will shock you guys a little bit. I like Jacksonville. I think the rest of the division is weak, obviously, with Tennessee, with the rookie quarterback, Indianapolis all over the place. Houston, I like their defense. I don't think they've done enough offensively. Tunsil's gone. What have they done with that offensive line to really give C.J. Stroud what he needs to be successful? He's got great weapons in Collins and the tight end, but I think they're on the outside looking in there. In the West, I think it's time for a new world order. I like Denver here. I think Bo Nix will take a little baby step here, but it's really about that defense. Surtain's probably other than him and Sauce Gardner, probably the two best corners. They've got a wonderful, wonderful defense. If they stay healthy, I think they overtake Kansas City for the AFC West throne in 2025. Quickly moving to the wild cards. Kansas City, I think this is their swan song a little bit. I think they find a way to make the playoffs. Obviously, Mahomes always seems to find a way. It seems like Kelsey, I don't know if is it official if Kelsey's retiring or not, but I saw a video of him today down in Brazil. He looked like he was having too many caipirinhas down there because we got a little belly on him. So I think they'll find a way to make the playoffs. Cincinnati, that defense can't get any worse, guys. There's no way. I mean, Hendrickson's there. I don't know if he's in shape to start the season. Obviously, the slow starts have been a big deal with them there, but Joe's too cool, and there's just too much firepower, with Higgins and Chase there. So that's my second pick, and then hold on to your seat, all right? My third wild card team is the Miami Dolphins. I just think if you look at their schedule, they got the Panthers, they got out of conference, they got the Panthers, the Saints, and they play Cleveland this year. They get the Jets twice. They get New England twice. I know a lot of people are high on New England taking a step. I think they're still a year away. So I think they have a pretty good record, by default. McDaniel down there is on the hot seat for sure. Tyreek's down there making babies, but it's time to score some touchdowns now. So I like Miami there. So kick me in the teeth. Give me some rebut on my picks here in the AFC. What do you think?
I mean, everybody's been a little bit all over the place, and that's the reason I like this. Because I think Duval Paul had Jacksonville winning the South. I think the one that I don't see or I struggle with is Miami. I just don't see that team. They don't do enough bump and grind. They do all the frilly stuff on the outside.
Yeah.
They don't have a thumper. They don't make you pay between the tackles. So they like to go on the outside and try to creep, try to out quick you or just be fast, and that's it. And I think that's their problem. I think if they had a big back, I think they could do it without having to chase waterfalls. But right now, I think they're struggling.
I hear you. It's just like, is it LA? Does Rodgers have I think you can shoot holes in everyone. I wanted to have sort of I know there's going to be an outlier team, and I wanted to take a swing at one. So, like I said, McDaniel down there, he's got to make it happen, or he's going to be back in San Fran with Kyle, coaching quarterbacks next year. So he needs to get his shit together.
Yep.
All plays for sure. How about you, KG?
I'm gonna throw this out. Midnight Rider, you're not pulling me into that. It's Thursday. Phone references in there. You're not pulling me into that. And I almost fell for it. My mind was telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah.
Well, it seems like you're ready right now.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put it to you this way. The Bills and Ravens cross the board. Everybody got the Bills and Ravens. That's your 1 and 2. Everybody's also said that Kansas City's gonna get knocked off this year. I agree.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. The guy down there, the Midnight Rider, said Kansas City was gonna win. I'm sorry. I thought I looked them up. I got my cards. I looked at them wrong.
It's all good.
But I think everybody had Kansas City in the playoffs in some shape or form. I did not. Yeah, I did. But the South is a crapshoot. The South is if Jacksonville pulls that out, that'd be awesome. That'd be good for Jacksonville. And you picking Denver, I think you seeing way ahead.
Nah,
can we get a blue magic on that? If that's blue magic, we already got one for this season. Can we get blue magic on that too?
Look, I think they're well coached. Is Bo Nix going to set the world on fire? But he's not a mistake-prone quarterback. Doesn't turn over a lot. And on that team in that altitude, lean on that defense. I think Sutton's a possession receiver. I like where they're at this year. I think they got a chance to overtake the Chiefs for the division. They'll be right there in the end.
Yeah, I agree. I think their defense is top notch. They're making comments like that front four is good enough, and with the secondary behind it, that they can have 3 or 4 guys with double-digit sacks because of the quality of the front line, and then the fact that you got Surtain and company behind them making it work. And then if you can get anything out of R.J. Harvey, I think that makes the world go round. That's going to make the difference for them.
Yeah, I mean they're going to play a ball control, kind of game, obviously, but yeah, they can lean on that defense, and I think they will. They'll overtake Kansas City for the division. Ready for the NFC?
Let's go.
All right, NFC East. Pains me to say this, but they're playing tonight. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. Best roster in football by all accounts. Great steady quarterback. Doesn't get a lot of accolades for his efforts there, but he just continues to put in the work and deliver, especially in winning time moments. Green Bay, the North. I struggled with the North, but I felt like I could shoot holes in everybody. And Green Bay has the most continuity. I think they got the best coach in the division in LaFleur. Jordan Love, he needs to step up and be a little better. But, McCarthy's a second-year quarterback, but he's really a rookie quarterback. Detroit's got those 2 new coordinators, as you know. And Chicago's got Caleb and Ben Johnson. Doesn't seem like they're quite on the same page yet. We'll see. Reports out of Chicago that I've seen have been kind of all over the place. Some are positive and some are like, man, this camp wasn't the best. Everything, Caleb's trying to work off schedule, and Ben Johnson wants them to work on schedule, and it hasn't meshed just yet. So I like Green Bay there in the North. The South is weak as hell. I mean, that's Tampa Bay all day long. I don't know if anyone else has anything else there.
I have Atlanta.
You have Atlanta. I mean, yeah, London's always hurt, and Pitts is hurt right now already. I saw today. I just the blind side. You guys made your pick before this, but their blind side right tackle is out for the year now apparently. So that's not good for Penix down there. And in the West, here's my little shocker here. I like Arizona. I like Arizona a lot. Look, Tyler Harrison, they got probably the second or third best tight end in football down there. Last year, guys, you probably don't remember, but that defense was hurt before the season even started. I mean, they were 4 or 5 starters down to begin with. Everybody's back. Everyone's healthy. I think that's a big shakeup here for me in the West. I like Arizona to be in the mix hardcore. Wild card teams for me are the Rams. McVay should have never got out of Washington. Obviously, he's the best coach in the NFC. I think. I'm not sure it's close at this point. I mean, I know Adams and Stafford are there, but they got a really young roster at defensive front. Brings it. San Francisco is my second wild card team, so that's 3 teams in the West. So that's unique. Probably a lot of people don't have that. That doesn't happen too often. But if they stay healthy, they'll be competitive all year long with Purdy and company. And then my last wild card team is the team that plays in Washington. You know, I like what Dan Quinn's built there. Jaden Daniels takes another step. I think his play action game is going to be a lot better. I think he'll be under center a little bit more with some boots and nakeds. I think that'll totally unlock his game and more importantly assist the running game even more. So I like the additions on defense. You know, Von Miller coming in on spot duty on third down. Luvu's great linebacker. They got to stay healthy. You know, that's a little bit of a blind spot. You know, the depth at linebacker is a concern. And then I love the corners. You know, I think Lattimore is going to be maybe not peak Lattimore, but he'll be a lot closer to that than he was what we saw last year when Washington traded for him. Amos, by all accounts, is going to be a stud rookie. He's got size, he's got speed, and he seems to be a willing participant in the run game. From what the tape highlights I've looked at, he comes up and supports the run because they're going to pick on him a little bit there. And Sammer still, I think he was a great pick, great second round pick last year. I think he's proven himself as a mainstay here and a fan favorite in Washington. So I like Washington getting into the playoffs here as a wild card. What you got?
Don't trust Kyler Murray. I think Seattle is going to be the team that's going to be dangerous in that division, and that depends on the back situation of.
So you trust Darnold more? Is that what you're telling me?
I trust Kenneth Walker the third and Zach Charbonnet.
You trust him when he plays,
right? That's why they got Zach Charbonnet behind him.
There we go.
You gotta shake your head, man. You gotta shake your head.
I did. You see it?
No, I'm too busy shaking my head when you say it.
That's when you know that it's over because you're used to it now.
Now, who was your second wild card team?
San Francisco.
And San Francisco, Washington,
and Rams.
Okay, I thought it was the Rams. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, Nakua and Adams and Stafford. You know, with all the back injections he's gonna need all year long, I think, to play. And Kyron Williams is a nice back, so he runs great between the tackles. I mean, he's not going to score any 80-yard touchdowns or 40-yard touchdowns for that matter, but he does get what's blocked in front of him. You know, 6-8 yards a pop. I mean, a lot of times. So, I like their team a lot. And again, they're well coached. You know,
When you got a back like that, that's that 3 yards in a cloud of dust or grass pellets or whatever they use nowadays, rubber pellets. But a back like that, to steal a phrase from Charles Davis that he uses on Madden a lot, it keeps the offense on time, meaning you're ahead of the chain. So if you're getting 3 to 5 yards of carry, you could run the ball, and you, instead of a third and long, you got a third and short, or at least a third and manageable.
Yeah.
And you're good, but you can chew up the clock. I love games like that where you can just chew up the clock with a good back. I love it.
What was the consensus with you guys in the North?
The North.
I think we were a little bit all over the place. I know I took Detroit. I think a couple people took what's his name? Minnesota. A couple people took Green Bay. I think if you had to put across the junkies, I think it would be Green Bay with the most votes, Detroit second, Minnesota third. And the thing I just contend with is I think that division got fat last year. They got fat off of the AFC South. So and I think they also had like the NFC South or something like that. They had some kind of quirk in the schedule where they had the 2 worst divisions that they played against last year. And I think that's why they were all 13, 14, and 15 wins. And I think that's going to come back to earth.
Yeah, I mean, just a couple of years ago, Philly lost both coordinators, if you remember, and they took a step back. I mean, I think that's super hard to overcome. So, I mean, they got a great roster. That DN's back, Hutchinson's back. You know, he's going to make an impact, but I see them just missing out this year. So that's my picks, guys. Hopefully they're memorialized and we can review them at the end of the season and see how well we all did.
I got them already written down. And speaking of the North, and Matty Ice is right there. He gave a Blue Magic guarantee that Chicago makes the playoffs. But BJ had Detroit, I had Detroit, and the gentleman Jack had Green Bay to win the North. So we were all over the place.
Okay.
And Matty said between all the shows on the network, we did an awesome job getting people ready for this season. Sideline Junkies Podcast Network is the place to be if you ask me. I like that.
Hey, won't we knock out people's picks? Oh, go ahead. I like this.
I bet you do. Go ahead and Barry Horowitz. Go ahead. Matty said right. And in my money league, I drafted Walker and got Zach for the handcuff, just like you suggested.
Mr. Charbonnet.
You're gonna need Zach.
I think Anthony made some picks and Jesse made picks. Let's just read their picks and then hit a break. And then let's do a little Harry Stamper and drill down on this night game.
Yes, sir. All right, real quick, going back to the NFC. Anthony said NFC's between the Eagles and the Redskins. Both the Giants and the Cowboys are going into rebuild mode. He said, do you guys think the Packers fleece the Cowboys for Micah Parsons? Nah. 2 first rounds is good enough. The AFC East is Buffalo all the way. The rest of these teams are just either rebuilding or have to go into one. The AFC South and NFC South are going to be close. In my honest opinion, where by the end of the season, whoever wins the division is only by 1 game.
Probably right.
Yeah, because they're not going to win.
Sauce Gardner is overrated.
That's a tough call. Tough room.
That's bringing a ragu there. That's bringing a ragu for Sauce.
Yeah. Jesse checking in. What's happening, Jesse? Anthony said over to the AFC. The AFC West is Kansas City all the way, and the Chargers and the Broncos are fighting for the wild card spot in that division. And Anthony said, I'm a Dolphins fan, bro. I don't trust his team. Our quarterback can't stay healthy. I'm seriously worried about him having a career-ending injury or dying on the field. Hey, I said it 2 seasons ago. Tua is like the NFL's little brother. You hate to see him get hit, and you get scared every time he takes a hit.
Facts. Yeah. No, I'm banking on a lot here. I know. Understand.
And he says, I don't trust our quarterback at the end of the season going into the playoff. He always disappears. J-Dub checking in. What's happening, J-Dub? Good to see you. The boss BJ checking in. Miami has a football team?
The Hurricanes.
And Anthony says, KG until Buffalo and Baltimore show me they can beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. The AFC is the Chiefs conference to lose. We may be turning the corner. Jesse said he got Baltimore, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Las Vegas, Miami, Denver. Those are his playoff teams. He got his wild card teams at the bottom. Anthony said he had the Buccaneers winning the South. Like I said earlier, but both South teams will end up very close to the season at the end of the season. Jesse also said Philadelphia, Detroit, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Washington, Green Bay for the NFC. And he forgot KFC. Kansas City in the AFC and Arizona in the NFC. I think I got chicken on the brain.
His picks are almost the same as mine, except for one.
And J-Dub said, let's go, baby. NFL is back. So with that being said, let's take a quick 15-second pause. Reset, come back. We're going to get into this, and we're going to talk about this game.
Bring it back.
Huh?
Bring it back.
Muted myself. And just like that, we are back. We got the Cowboys versus the Eagles. All lines this season, as every season you're here with the Sideline Junkies, are brought to you by FanDuel, our official, unofficial line partner, if you will, during the football season. They are our go-to when we want to know what the line is. Cowboys are 8.5-point dogs tonight, over under 48.5. Start with the correspondent. What you got on this?
Well, the best thing about this game is one of these teams got to lose, first of all.
I like that.
So I'm going to start there. Philadelphia's getting their rings. I don't know what to expect. Like, I don't know if they'll come out like gangbusters or a little flat, to be honest. You talked about FanDuel. One of my things here, I kind of like, for me, just quick from a betting perspective, I kind of like Dallas in the backdoor cover here a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I think we talked about it a little bit before in the pre-show, the game script, like what does this game really have to look like for Dallas to be in the mix here late? Is it 2 yards in a cloud of dust? Is it big plays with CD Lamb? Can they keep Hurts and company, Goddard and Brown, and those guys from keeping possession and putting the ball in the end zone? So yeah, I mean, I think Dallas wins this game. I mean, I think Philadelphia wins this game tonight by 6 or 7. That's my prediction.
Betting information. I like that. A little extra. Okay.
A little spice, on top of it.
Oh, don't do it that way, because that's powdered sugar in Jack's world.
Get Jack in on the show tonight.
Here you go. Let's see. Tonight, I just think I think the Eagles take it, but I think the Cowboys are going to show better than people think. Dak Prescott, I think, against the Cowboys is 9-4. He doesn't really lose a lot of NFC East games. I think he's like 33-9 or 34-9. And I don't think he's played 17 games and they had a losing season. So I think there's going to be opportunities for him to make plays. And I'm with you on the cover. I think they will cover the 8.5. I think people are going to walk away from this game a little more impressed with I think they're going to be impressed with the Dallas linebacking core and their edges, because I mean, you got Dante Fowler, guy that had 10 sacks last year. You got the kid, if he's healthy now, Overshown from Texas, who's a flash. I think they can manage this ball game. The problem I think they're going to have, and their key to this ball game, is can they run the football? The Javonte Williams, is this the kid that was coming out of North Carolina, or is this the guy that's still coming back off of that knee and he can't run it like he used to? Then you talking about Jaden Blue from Texas, the firecracker, the lightning. Can he do anything in this ball game? And I think that's the key to this ball game. If Dallas can run the football, I think they can do enough to keep Philly off balance and cover. But I still think Philly, and the fact that they're throwing up the banner tonight, is going to be the key to them winning this ball game. And I'm going to take the over, because I think this might be some fireworks tonight.
I got to disagree. I don't think we're going to get the over. It's the first game of the season. I don't think you're going to get the over. I do think that the Eagles will win it, but they won't cover. So give me the under. Give me the Eagles 17-14.
Oh, it's a KG shootout. Pew, pew. Pew, pew. We got hit.
I don't think that I don't think the Cowboys got what it takes. We got to see what Dak's going to bring, but I don't think they got what it takes to beat the Eagles. So 17-14 Eagles, just get your feet wet type win. So
yeah, Midnight Rider mentioned Dante Fowler Jr. and obviously he played here in Washington last year, and he did have 10 plus sacks, but he was a liability in the run game. I think when he's on the field, it's going to be student body left with Saquon and student body right. They're going to run right at his ass. So he's going to have to prove that he can shed blocks and be a participant in supporting that run game for sure. or it could be a long night for Dallas. But I do, like I said, I think we're all on the same page here. We all like Dallas. I think they'll get down early, but have a backdoor cover there late, throwing the ball to CeeDee Lamb and Pickens. I like Pickens over on his yards too. By the way, I think it's 58, something like that. I like
8.5.
Yeah, I like his over on yards. I think they'll kind of double CD, and Pickens might be the beneficiary of some late football catches later in the game.
I got to pay attention to for Dallas that's going to be under the radar that many people aren't going to think about. It's going to be Donovan Izaraku, the kid they drafted in the second round out of Boston College. He's a pass rusher by nature. I think if that kid can show anything, I think that can help them fight off some of the ill effects of trading away Micah Parsons.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dallas, the players are going to rally. You know what I mean? Like, I think just as a culture of a team, like they lost their best player and their season's over. Like, I think we're going to see what they're made of. I think they're going to be all in here to start, and if they get kicked in the teeth a few times, they may lay down. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Brian Schottenheimer. That's another aspect. Has he ever been a head coach before? Like, what's his in-game management going to be like? Things like that, clock management. Can he do these things? So we're about to find out here, starting in about 10 minutes.
I can tell you something that we're not going to see from Brian Schottenheimer.
Gleam, man. There's a gleam.
Was that it was Tuesday night when you were talking about saying something about Marty, and I said hologram Marty Schottenheimer is coaching the team or something like that. Okay.
Yeah. He's not gonna give him the gleam speech. They're not gonna get that gleam tonight. So just gonna happen. A couple of comments real quick before we move to our last topic. Xavier says for the AFC, give me the Bills, Broncos, Jacksonville, and KC. You get nothing. Jesse said that I give the Eagles a -6.
That's a cover.
Yeah.
This game be interesting is what Maddie said, but I think Philly rolls over Dallas. And Maddie's taking the under and said Philly wins 24-10.
Philly's doing the heavy lifting.
Taking the over 29-23. Xavier smoke. Look, we're gonna have to get these detectives checked. He said, give me the Eagles by 40. The Eagles, not the Eagles, the Eagles by 40.
Isn't that how the mayor spelled it?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep. JoJo said Blue is not playing. That's the one that everybody was talking about on Tuesday.
Yeah, y'all were killing me. I was yelling at my phone because I was in my car driving. Like, he went to Texas.
You could have sent the message, right?
Well, I did, I think, later on, but by the time, I was driving at that point. I was trying to book it, and yeah.
I'd love to see that, Jack. 24-23.
Yeah, J-Dub said 24-23. What's that? Derpy Entertainment? I'm just waiting for George Pickens to crash out. Hey, it might be an over-under on that. I'm just being honest. Andy's a question: is this game at Philadelphia or in Dallas? If it's on the road, it's a blowout all the way for the Eagles, but I still see it being a blowout in Dallas. It's in Philly.
It's in Philly.
And he said, like Denzel Washington said, Jerry Jones only cares about box office, but he doesn't care about winning the Oscar, which means entertainment over substance. We've known that for years, and here in DC, we're happy with that. We're okay with it.
100%.
I hope Maddie caught it because the young lady just sung the national anthem.
All right.
So if you're watching the channel, Maddie, you gotta rewind because the anthem has already been sung.
And we should get America the Beautiful next, but
no, we shouldn't. What kind of game this is? You trying to get all the American songs sung tonight?
Hey, before we go, can I hit you guys with some somewhat late breaking NFL news here that just crossed the wire?
Yes, sir.
In shocking fashion, Christian McCaffrey has popped up on the 49ers injury report as a limited participant with a calf issue.
Oh no, that's me.
So whoever, we got to look at the draft, the Sidelines Junkies draft, to see who think he went 6th or 7th. So anyway, we'll see. I mean, is this gamesmanship here with Shanny, or is this, is there something here behind the curtain?
I had a little technical difficulty, so I missed what you said.
Oh, everything I said?
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey popped up on the 49ers injury practice report as a limited participant with a calf injury.
No, I'm not worried about that right now.
Okay.
Only because I think this is one of those things where it's a precaution. Because if you looked at a couple other teams in their reports today, it was either limited either today or yesterday. Like Ertz was limited yesterday, or no, actually he didn't practice at all. Veteran rest day.
But that's different. This is Christian McCaffrey.
I got you.
He stays hurt. The fact that, earlier in the week he was a full and now he's limited, it would be DNP veteran rest. I would expect if they're playing it straight there.
I got you. Okay. All right.
Just the other side of it.
Hey, that's why you here.
Well, really, really quick.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, Sideline Junkies host Coach Devon Powell. He's walking the sidelines for Laurel tomorrow. Midnight Rider, what you got on that?
Hey, welcome to the land of the 300, baby. It's at Laurel. It's Laurel versus Parkdale. And if memory serves me correctly, I think we also interviewed Parkdale's coach on Pretenders or Contenders. I can't remember the coach's name, but it's going to be fun, man. I'm going to try to be out there. He said he's going to have me on the sideline. I don't know if this back can hold up, staying on the sideline. I'm probably going to have to find me a seat somewhere in the stands and watch it. But, yeah, I told him I'm a fan tomorrow night. There's no Midnight Rider. I'm Ben Conti. I'm sitting just enjoying a game and supporting you. Now, maybe later on in the season, we can do the whole Sideline Junkies interview some of the players thing. But tomorrow, it's your first game, and I don't want any distractions. I don't want to do anything outside of what you normally do.
All right.
Now, that's what I said. But if there's a certain guy in the room that comes along, that could all change.
I don't know. Look, I just need to know what number I'm wearing. That's all I need to know. When I show up, just give me my number and my pads. I'm ready. 10 plays. Okay. Still got eligibility.
Yeah, okay. you was trying to show up on Saturday, so.
Well, yeah, I was going to show up a day late. I missed it? What do you mean I missed it? A couple of comments before we wrap this thing up and get out of here.
All right.
Maddie said should get an anthem night for Say Can You Sing, which we did. Xavier said I got the over for Pickens crashing out. And Jesse said he on Peacock. They doing a Super Bowl ceremony, so he don't get the Jack, the gentleman Jack checking in. He didn't get the national anthem. So let's wrap this thing up because it's about kickoff time. So what we got, real quick?
The one nugget I wanted to drop was that Philly stayed in the locker room during the banner dropping ceremony. Their whole theme has been we're focusing on this year. We're not worrying about what happened last year. They actually also had a situation where they were trying to do that, but something happened with their rings. So the ring ceremony or them getting their rings didn't happen until right before training camp or the first part of training camp. And they were a little frustrated with that because they wanted to kind of have training camp as the ushering in.
Uh-oh.
We lost him.
Yeah, he mid-sentence cut him right off.
No, but to wrap it up, I've spoken enough. I've given you guys my picks. I've given you my update on Christian McCaffrey. It's football season, everyone. Enjoy it. Super excited to get the ball rolling and get those juices flowing with the NFL football tonight. So let's do this.
Most definitely. Midnight Rider, you.
I think I went out.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Yeah. And it was doing so good on the regular thing. But no, I was gonna say is the Eagles didn't go out for their banner unveiling. It was kind of their thing of keeping 2024 or keeping the past and starting anew this year. The other thing that kind of threw a wrench in that program was there was a delay in getting their rings. So I think they got the rings right at the beginning part of training camp. And their whole goal was for this to be the focus of just moving forward into the new year. The other thing, it's not football related, it's tennis related. Naomi Osaka is in the semifinal. She plays a Minnesota, I think her name is, tonight at 9:00. I know nobody's, I mean, if you want to turn over or have the 2 TV situation, you can check her out. But I watched her last night in her quarterfinal game, and I saw the shades of the old Osaka. She placed a couple of shots down the line. I know she had the year with the mental health issue. She had the kid. So this is kind of her first year back on the circuit. And if you ever notice, the U.S. Open tends to always have a story. There's always a story tagged along with the U.S. Open, whether it's the year that Jimmy Connors made his run. I think Tiafoe made a run. There's always something that goes along with the U.S. Open. It's always been that type of tournament. With that being said, I'm done. That's all I got.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move on out of here because I don't even have anything. I had something, but I forgot what it was. So it was a jab at Midnight Rider about something he just said, and it was supposed to piggyback on, but I forgot it. So joke's dead. So for the correspondent, for the Midnight Rider, I'm the big guy KG, the Gentleman Jack on special assignment tonight. Happy football, y'all. We will see. Well, I'll see you on Saturday. Everybody else will see you on Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Until then,
we out.